What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, finally, welterweight, star, title contender, Roiman Villa, after suffering a brutal 10th round knockout loss to undefeated welterweight superstar title contender, Jaron Boots Ennis. Jaron Ennis is now 31 wins, no losses, no draws, 28 big wins by way of knockout. He is 26 years of age, 5'10", with a 74-inch arm reach. He put on a dazzling performance this past Saturday night, dominating and knocking out Roiman Villa, who is now 26 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 24 big wins by way of knockout. He is one time in his career now been knocked out. He is 30 years of age, Colombian fighter, 5'10", with a 70-inch arm reach. This was a dazzling performance by Jaron Boots Ennis. And Jaron Boots Ennis, he broke Roiman Villa's face. He fractured his nose. They thought he had fractured orbital bones. He put an absolute hurting on Roiman Villa this past Saturday night. And Roiman Villa has now been released from the hospital. And he stated that he can beat anybody in the welterweight division. But this kid is absolutely special. He's a different breed. And I can compete and beat anybody in the welterweight division, even the 2 champions, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. But this kid is special. I personally, I refer to Jaron Boots Ennis as the phenom. He puts me a lot in the mindset of legendary retired Hall of Fame iconic superstar boxer Roy Jones Jr. And also he puts me in the mindset of another icon, another legend, another Hall of Fame superstar in Sugar Ray Leonard. He has a lot of their abilities. Now, in this fight, he displayed all of them. He was able to play around with Roiman Villa, who was coming off the biggest win in his career. They fought on the same card, January 7th in Washington, D.C., on a mega card that featured Gervonta Tank Davis, undefeated 3-division world champion, 5-time world champion superstar boxer in Washington, D.C. at the Capital One Arena that broke a record. It did a record $5.2 million gate. And Roiman Villa, he faced off against Speedy Rashidi Ellis, and he was the underdog in that fight. Speedy Ellis, Rashidi Ellis, he had a lot of the qualities, the same intangibles as many people thought of Jaron Boots Ennis. Extremely fast hands. He's tall. He has extremely fast feet, high ring IQ, athletic. But he doesn't have the power, the accuracy, and the durability of Jaron Boots Ennis. But in that fight, in the final round, Rashidi Ellis was winning the fight, but then he got caught and dropped twice by Roiman Villa, twice in the last round. That saw Roiman Villa win a majority decision victory. And so they thought that that was the third fight. Gervonta Tank Davis was the main event, and Jaron Boots Ennis, he faced off against Chua Karazin as the co-main event, and people thought it was a lackluster performance. Although Jaron Boots Ennis, he won every single round in that fight, people still complained, and they said they thought that Jaron Boots Ennis, he was exposed. Many people thought he was exposed. He didn't live up to the hype. He was overrated. So with that said, comparing the styles of Jaron Boots Ennis and Rashidi Ellis, this seemed like a fight that people thought, well, Roiman Villa, he has an opportunity because he's aggressive. He has power. He has a high ring IQ. He's durable. He's never been knocked down. He's never been knocked out, obviously. And people thought that this was a fight that can actually give Jaron Boots Ennis some problems. Well, it did anything but that, because Jaron Boots Ennis put on an absolute dazzling performance against Roiman Villa. He did what he wanted to in the ring. He was switching orthodox to southpaw back and forth. Now, Roiman Villa, not to take anything away from him, he did have moments in the fight where he caught Jaron Ennis clean with some hooks and some straight right hands and some uppercuts on the inside. Boots Ennis even acknowledged that. He said he caught me with a very good uppercut on the inside. So he did have moments. He did have spurts. But that was all what Jaron Boots Ennis allowed, okay? When he didn't want to get hit, he simply did not get hit. He didn't put himself in position to get hit. When he wanted to land combinations, well, he did that as well. He just landed combinations. You can tell he was the superior athlete. You can tell he was a superior boxer. And you can tell he had power. Roiman Villa, and he's durable. Roiman Villa, again, he landed big, clean punches on Jaron Boots Ennis. And Jaron Boots Ennis, well, he weathered those storms, okay? He took him on the chin, no budge, no nothing, right? With that said, this showed a lot of people that styles make fights. Chua Karzine, Chua Karzine, he was a guy who was moving a lot. He was there to survive. He was very elusive. He had his durability, his stamina was top notch because he was able to move the entire night against Jaron Boots Ennis. The entire night. And Jaron Boots Ennis showed some frustrations, right? He didn't cut off the ring like he should have. He showed some frustrations. He was trying to knock out Chua Karzine. And so you can clearly see, what Chua Karzine came to do, came to get to the 12th round. He wasn't engaging much. And so people miscalculated what they saw from Jaron Boots Ennis. And so here we are. We got Roiman Villa, a competitor who was coming forward. And we saw what Jaron Boots Ennis can absolutely do. So Jaron Boots Ennis, as I stated to many people, he's the only threat to the two welterweight world champions, the two whom happen to be top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world in undefeated, unified WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be top 2, if not the number 1, but definitely top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, and Earl the Truth Spence Jr., who has 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach at 33 years of age, an undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO, World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the number 1 best pound for pound fighter in the world, and Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Crawford is 39 wins, no loss and no draw, 30 big wins by way of knockout. He is 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. Those are the two top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, and they happen to also campaign and compete in Jaron Ennis's welterweight division. So with that said, he, in my opinion, has all the skill sets. He's bigger than both guys. He's faster than both guys. He has the skill set of both guys, the hand speed and the versatility of both guys. And he has the durability of both guys. So if anybody was a true threat to either one of them guys outside of themselves, it would be Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, they are ultimately going to fight in the biggest fight in 40 years, July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, the most anticipated fight, in my opinion, in the last decade. And I believe it's the biggest fight in the last 40 years, okay? Dating back to September 16th, 1981, when you had Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy the Hitman Hearns. That's the last time we had a fight that was competitive. It wasn't just about popularity. It just wasn't about, the celebrity and the money. It was about the competition in the squared circle. And this is the only fight, in my opinion, in the last 40 years that truly, truly rivals that. And so with that said, Jaron Ennis has the talent to compete with both guys, but I just don't think he'll get his opportunity. I think it's more realistic that we see Jaron Ennis against undefeated WBA regular welterweight world champion Lithuanian star boxer Ennis Stanionis. Ennis Stanionis is 14 wins, no loss, no draw, 9 wins by way of knockout. He is, I believe, 28 years of age at 5'8" with a 69-inch arm reach. So I think that would more than likely be Jaron Ennis's next fight to close out the year. Stanionis was supposed to also fight this past weekend against undefeated welterweight Mexican superstar title contender Vergil Ortiz Jr., who is 19 wins, no loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. But Vergil Ortiz Jr., he passed out. So this is the 3rd time that their fight got canceled. He passed out the night before the weigh-in, had to be hospitalized, and the fight was canceled. So he's talking about moving up now to junior middleweight, super welterweight. Vergil Ortiz is 154. So Stanionis been in 3 training camps preparing for Vergil Ortiz. He wants to get a fight in, and it looks like we could get Jaron Ennis versus Ennis Stanionis, or possibly Jaron Ennis in a super fight against former unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer Keith One-Time Thurman. So we got to see how this unfolds. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.